What's up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel, and today I want to talk about stimulus checks. I want to talk about not only the $600 stimulus check that so many people still have not gotten from the most recent stimulus package that was passed around the holidays at the end of 2020, but I also want to talk about the $1,400 stimulus check that is currently being negotiated along with a $1.9 trillion stimulus package. In this video, I want to give you the most up-to-date information on the $600 stimulus check that so many people still have not received, and I also want to give you an updated time frame on when you could potentially expect a $1,400 stimulus check. So let's get started. Now, as I record this video, it is currently 1 degree here in Dallas, Texas, which is absolutely insane. We've gotten like 8 inches of snow within the last couple of days. There is rolling power outages all over the area. And to be honest, I'm just happy that I have power to record this video. So with that, let's dig into the topic of this video, which is stimulus checks. And let's start out by talking about the $600 stimulus check that millions of people still have not received. Now, as you guys know, at the end of 2020, right after the holidays, lawmakers passed a $600 billion stimulus package. And in that stimulus package, there were $600 in direct payment stimulus checks being sent out to eligible individuals. Basically, if you were eligible for the first round, you were also eligible for the second round. Well, the problem was that there are still millions of people that have not received that $600 stimulus check. Millions of people who've received the first check but had not received the second check. Now, the IRS and the government kind of blamed this issue, the fact that millions of people had not received their $600 stimulus check, on the fact that the IRS had mistakenly sent out direct deposit payments to temporary bank accounts based off of outdated tax returns. This was what this issue was blamed on, and as a result, there were millions of people who had not received their payments even though they were eligible and even though they received the first round of payments. Now, the IRS acknowledged the fact that they were aware of this issue. They also acknowledged that they were working through a solution for this issue as well. But the problem is that the IRS also said that if they're not able to figure out a solution to this problem, then the only recourse for people who were affected by this clerical issue would be to file for a recovery rebate. And this is basically a tax credit that you can receive if you're somebody who did not receive stimulus funds, even if you were eligible for them. And it's a way to claim the money that you're owed rather than receiving a direct payment stimulus check like so many Americans have received. Well, the good news is it does look as though the IRS is actively working through this problem, and it does look as though they came to some sort of solution, because I have heard of a number of different accounts from people who were negatively affected by this IRS clerical issue, and they have since started receiving paper checks. So if you are somebody who did not receive your $600 stimulus check, but you did receive your $1,200 stimulus check, then keep an eye out in the mail, because chances are you are somebody that was affected by this problem, and chances are you will be receiving a paper check in the mail in the coming days. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But that is good news on $600 stimulus checks. It looks as though the IRS has worked through this issue. It looks as though they are slowly resolving this issue. And it looks as though if you're somebody who did not receive a $600 stimulus check, you should receive one soon. So with that, let's dig into the next topic, which is the $1,400 stimulus check. So as you guys know, this is a hotly debated topic. It's been something that has been discussed nonstop since President Joe Biden was elected into office in November. And it's something that has been hotly debated by Republican and Democratic lawmakers. So as you guys know, or you may not know if you haven't seen some of my other videos, the way that lawmakers are going about passing this $1.9 trillion stimulus package is through a process called budget reconciliation. And basically what a budget reconciliation is it's a way to bypass the traditional voting system when passing a law in the Senate. And it's a way to allow for lawmakers to just have a simple majority when passing budget-related legislation. This is the path that lawmakers are taking in passing this $1.9 trillion stimulus package. The package that includes a handful of funding efforts to things like COVID-19 testing, to an unemployment boost, to mortgage and foreclosure bans, as well as a $1,400 stimulus check. And if all goes smoothly and if all goes to plan, then this bill could be passed and could be signed by President Joe Biden by the end of next week, meaning by the end of February, which means that we could start seeing stimulus checks being distributed to the people by the end of March or the beginning beginning of April. Now, this stimulus check is a big improvement compared to the last two stimulus checks that we've seen. Number one is the fact that eligibility requirements are staying the same. This is something that was debated, and for a little bit, it did look as though the eligibility requirements were going to change, but as of right now, they are staying the same, meaning that if you receive the first or the second stimulus check, chances are you will receive the third as well. Number two is the fact that you can use either 2019 or 2020 tax returns to determine stimulus check eligibility. This is a big improvement, and this is an argument that I've heard by lawmakers and also just people of this YouTube channel. Why base pandemic payments off of pre-pandemic salaried numbers? I think that this is a really valid argument, and I'm happy to see that lawmakers are addressing it. And the response to this problem is the fact that they are now going to allow for you to base your eligibility off of either 2019 or 2020 tax returns, which is huge news for people who were maybe let go of their job. And as a result, they were at one point maybe making $100K per year, but are now making significantly less. And number three, and in my opinion, probably the most significant change to the stimulus check program is the details regarding dependents. As you guys may know, with the first and second stimulus check, dependents were either eligible for $500 or no money at all. If you had a child dependent, then the adult in the relationship would receive $500 on behalf of that child dependent. But if you were a college age dependent, an adult dependent, if you had a adult disabled dependent, then these dependents didn't qualify for anything. So they were just simply left out of the stimulus checks as a whole. Well, in this newest stimulus package, this is completely changed, and it is a much needed change. So as of right now, if this bill passed in its current form, then adult dependents and child dependents would receive $1,400 each. So if you're somebody who has a baby, if you're somebody that has a toddler, if you're somebody that has a college age dependent or a disabled dependent, you could receive $1,400 per dependent, which is huge. Now, keep in mind that this bill has not been officially signed into law, and as a result, nothing that I've said in this video is 100% set in stone. But we do have some good information coming out of Washington indicating that we should see a stimulus check by the end of March, early April, and that there are some significant changes that will be beneficial to millions of Americans in regards to this $1,400 stimulus check. But with that being said, you guys, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have anything to add, make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video.